Ahoy hoy fellow bookworms, my name is Caroline and I like to read books, so let's talk about them. Today's video is just going to be a quick one and I'm going to take you guys through some of the books that I plan on reading in September. The really great thing about this month is that there are a lot of new releases coming out that I've been excited about since the start of the year, and so quite a bit of my TBR is made up of those. The first new release that I plan on reading is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J Maas. I was really unsure about whether or not I even wanted to read this book because even though at the start of the series Cale was like my favorite character out of everyone, I think his characterization kind of took a turn for the worse and he just ended up being a really unlikable character. But then I realized that there's a chance that in this one he might kind of return to being a great character now that he's not around the whole group. So I'm kind of hopeful about that at least. I do have to say that I'm quite nervous about the disability representation in this book, and I'm just really hoping that there's no magical healing or anything like that. But I do always quite enjoy reading a Sarah J Maas book, so I'm hoping that this is quite entertaining. Next up on my list of new releases is Godsgrave by J. Kristoff, which is the sequel to Nevernight and the second book in what I believe is going to be a trilogy. I'm definitely excited for this release and I think I'm really going to enjoy the story in Godsgrave, but I'm also quite nervous because last year when I read Nevernight, I just didn't particularly like the writing style. I found the narration in the entire book to be quite frustrating. I didn't particularly like the footnotes, and a lot of the metaphors in the book just were not my thing at all, and I ended up only giving Nevernight I think like 3 or 3.5 out of 5 stars, whereas I feel like literally every other person gave it 5 out of 5 stars, so I kind of felt like the outlier in that. So I'm hoping that Godsgrave is really good, but I'm also kind of nervous to see what I think about it. This next book actually arrived like 5 minutes before I was supposed to film, and I'm so excited that this is finally here because this was probably my most anticipated release of the year, and it's They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. His books always leave me a complete emotional mess, and I think this one is probably going to be the worst one yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to it in a weird way. Basically in this book there's this service called Deathcast which calls you on the day that you're going to die to let you know that hey, you're gonna die at some point today. Our two main characters, Mateo and Rufus, do not know each other at the start of the story, but they get told that they're gonna die, so they use this app called Last Friend, I believe it's called, and that basically hooks you up with a person who is also gonna die on the same day as you, and so they meet up and spend their last day together, and that's basically the book. I know this book is going to make me cry and I know it's going to be so emotional, but I also think it's going to be a really great story about friendship and living your life to the fullest, and I am just so looking forward to it. The final new release that I plan on reading this month comes out on I think the 12th of September, and it's Crossbow Marie Lou. This is a book that I don't know that much about plot-wise, and I'm kind of trying to keep it that way. I've seen it compared to like a Ready Player One except more modern. I know that our main character is a hacker of some sort, and that's pretty much all I know, but I am definitely excited for it and I think I'm really going to enjoy it. I almost forgot to mention that I will be reviewing all of these new releases throughout the month. I probably should have mentioned this book first considering it's the book I'm currently reading, but this month I also plan on finishing The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the 4th and final book in the Raven Cycle series, which is definitely one of my favorite series, but I had kind of been putting off reading this book because I wasn't really sure how the series was going to be wrapped up. I'm really enjoying seeing all the characters that I love again, and I'm about halfway through this book and I already feel like it's kind of faster paced than all the others, which is really exciting and really fun, so I hope that this is a good finale to the series. The final book that I potentially want to read this month is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I've had this book on my shelf for over a year and I've been wanting to read it, but I've just never quite been in the right mood. But recently my sister has been telling me how amazing the show is and how much she loves it, and that's really put me in the mood to not only watch the show but also to read the book, so hopefully I will get to this in this month. There we go guys, those are the books that I plan on reading in September. Be sure to let me know down in the comments how your TBR for this month is looking. I upload videos Wednesdays, Saturdays, and sometimes Mondays as well, so be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Toodaloo!